Well, howdy folks, I'm back one more time. I'm sorry I missed the Hump Day report yesterday. We had a very bad thing happen. I'll tell you about it at the end of the video if you want to hear it. Anyway, day's October the 1st, so anyway, it's the first day. So this is Hump Day plus one. It's just one day off. And what we're going to do today is pretty much, being it's October, it's going to be spooky, scary music week. No, month, excuse me. We're going to have a whole month there. And anyway, I've retuned my guitar in an open E, but I dropped the G sharp, the third string. I dropped it back to a G. That gives you this sound here. Suspense chord in. That's what we're going to be doing, and standard tuning, open E, but remember it's E, B, E, and then it's supposed to be G sharp. Tune that G sharp down to a G, just a half step to a G, and then back to a B, then E. And I taught this lesson last year about this time. Anyway, I call it the spooky tuning. It's kind of a minery sound. It sounds good with a lot of genres of music, but for me, I like this fright style horror music with it. I'll give you the notes now. I'm playing in an E. I'm using the 12th fret E. Just strumming across it. No finger picking or nothing. And sometimes I strum down and up like this. I'm sliding all the way down to that A. And then strumming. Vibro. Then I'm going up a whole step to a B. Then I'm upstroking, pulling it back towards me. Push out, back to the A. And for that suspense chord, I'm going up to a D. Back down to the A. Repeat. Then go down to a G. Then I slide it all the way back to that E again. All right, and then what I thought, and I I'll tell y'all what happened at the end of the video if you want to hear that part. It was pretty bad. Well, it's about the worst week I've ever had. We coasting today. I've gotten probably a good 5 hours sleep, 6 hours this whole week. Anyway, now to make it more suspenseful, I'm gonna come over here and hit my synthesizer pedal, and I got it on an organ sound. And you can just see an old witch there stirring the pot. Maybe her dog over here done scratching some fleas or something. And then the fog coming down. Something's eyes in the woods. I get carried away. I enjoy playing this thing, folks. I really do. And I tell you something else I enjoy more than playing this. I enjoy visitating with you people out there. Y'all are about more fun than shooting fish in a barrel, I'm telling you, with a double-aught shotgun. The old double barrel. But anyway, I want to thank each and every one of y'all stopping by. I hope you make some spooky music, and I hope you put a link on here where all of our viewers can check it out. Because it's Halloween, I mean, it ain't Halloween, but it's October, and this will be the month of Halloween. And also, we're going to have a big old pretty moon tonight. I don't know if it's going to be full, but I'm going to go out in the yard, chase some of the black cats down the road or something, and try to get the feeling better. But let me tell y'all what happened. This is terrible. If you don't want to hear terrible, just go ahead and click off. But before you do, hit the subscribe button right down there below the headstock of this guitar. Go ahead and hit that rascal and get subscribed up. And I want to thank my new subscribers. Had a pile of them this week come in to the channel. I want everybody to welcome them and tell them thank you, folks. Let's all get out there and play some steel guitar music, lap steel, pedal steel, whatever, 2-string, 3-string, 5-string, 6-string, 8 and 10 string. And I want to give a shout out to Speedy again. Speedy, I know you like recording, making some spooky music, bro. I'm watching you, keeping my eyes on you out there. So all y'all, David, you too. You got some good recordings going on. So give us something spooky and scary. Scare us one time. Whoop, raise our hair. But anyway, what happened this week really did scare me. It was Tuesday night, moon shining bright. Actually, it wasn't quite dark. It was about 6:30. My mother called. My mother lives next door to me. She's 95 years old, and she's in good shape, able to walk about, do her work, cooks for herself, even occasionally drives to the beauty shop and back home. Still got her license. But she called me. She said, come help me. Help me. I'm bleeding. I fell and I've been cut. And I was in the house and I rushed on over there, and Lord, there was blood going everywhere. Well, what happened? She had fell. She was dusting a coffee table, and she got one of these little rolling walkers. She puts her dusting stuff in, and she had fell over on that thing because it rolled out, and she fell, and it cut her arm right here all the way in two, and her skin had fell down. Because she's thin skinned and she don't blood thinner, so blood was shooting everywhere. I could see her bone. That's how bad she was cut. Took right at 140 something stitches, super glue, and had to go all the way around her arm with staples, so she looks like Frankenstein arm, but it didn't cut nothing that makes your hand work. She can still play her fiddle, because her hand, I said, Lord, Mom, let me have your hand. And I got it and pulled her skin back up, and I went and wet a towel and tied it real tight around her, and she was sitting in the table. By the way, when she fell, she didn't have a phone. The phone was in the kitchen. She was in the living room, so she crawled on her hands and knees to the kitchen, and then the phone was up on the wall, so she had to pull herself up and stand up by herself, which she has a hard time getting up and down out of bed sometimes. But she did, because she was all excited, and I don't blame her. I was excited. And I said, well, I better not take you to the hospital myself. And the hospital, probably about 15 miles from here, maybe. And I was afraid she'd blacked out on me or something, or have a seizure. She has had a lot of problems. She's got a pacemaker in her, and she's had a few strokes. And I was scared something would jump on her right in the middle of me driving. So I called 911, told the ambulance people to come out. And I said, I'm going to put a towel on it and get the bleeding stopped and slowed down. And they said, okay, and I hung up. And sure enough, in just about 5-6 minutes, the ambulance come wheeling up. And my wife had come over, and she opened the door and let the two fellas in. And we got, they looked at her and they like, oh my God, we're going to have to sew this up. We're going to take you to the hospital right now. So anyway, they took the towel off, but they wrapped them gauze bandages all up and down her arms. She looked like a mummy. Anyway, well, I went to the hospital with her, and I was sitting in the room right there when they sewed her up. I watched it, I kind of was wanting to know, they had this little crooked needle and a long piece of thread, and they'd wrap it and pull it. Well, to make a long story short and a short story long, we got all that done and all these staples around it and bandaged up and got home. And you know, Ma's hard-headed, and I told her to go to bed. She wouldn't go to bed. So I come home, and she said she'd gonna do a little work in the kitchen and then go to bed. And I'm like, okay. Well, about 1 o'clock, I reckon it was, or 12:30, something like that. She called and said, I'm bleeding again. I got to go back to the hospital. Well, I got up out of bed, run back over there, and sure enough, she was pouring blood. Well, what happened? She decided she wanted to cook her some green beans. I don't know why, at 1 o'clock after that. And she had this stainless steel Towncraft heavy pot. She picked it up with her arm that was sewed up and tore them darn stitches out. So we had to redo it. Well, we stayed in the hospital till 7 o'clock the next morning. I sat in that chair with her, because after they re-sewed her and taped her, bandaged her, they wouldn't let her come home. They had her hooked up on heart monitors, just checking her. And they said it's best for her to sit there and calm down and heal. But by the time we got home that morning, boy, she was wore out. And I put her in the bed. And then the next morning we got up and we had to go to the doctor. And he took her arm bandage off. He didn't even know nothing about it. He like fainted. He like, oh my God, what happened? And she told him. He looked on and he said, I ain't never seen nobody got cut that bad. She said, yeah, I fell. And she had a bruise here. She hurt her shoulder. They x-rayed it. No, nothing broke. She's 95. She had skin-up knees from crawling. And, of course, now her knees are all swollen up from crawling. And, you know, that's pretty tough on old folks crawling. In fact, when I'm out working on my lawnmower and get on my knees, it takes me a day to get over that sometime. I bought me well, I didn't buy it. I found a cushion in the road that somebody was moving, and one of the cushions out of the couch flew out about 5 years ago. Brand new cushion. And I put it in my shop. And when I'm working and kneeling on the lawnmower, working on my blades or something, that's what I use. Another long story short and short story long. Anyway, we got that settled down. I had to take her back to the doctor today for her checkup. And during all this time, I forgot I supposed to went at 9:30 this morning to get my follow-up for my respiratory and my heart thing, so I don't know, but they did say I wasn't in bad shape, that my heart looked good, so I feel better. We got cooler weather, no rain this week. We got down to 59 this morning. That's cold weather in South Georgia. Mama had the heater on when I went to the house this morning. We ain't got no heater yet. It's coming, but anyway, I'm enjoying the cool weather. It's making me breathe better, and I'm through with all my breathing treatments that I know of. I took the last one yesterday morning, and I'm not going to buy no more of that stuff, because it's $600 for that little bottle of stuff you put in your mouth and suck in your lungs, and it's good for 30 times. Anyway, my insurance paid it all but $250. I had to pay the deductible of $250. And then, of course, I got to pay the hospital $400 or $500 deductible for running on the treadmill. But anyway, that's better than having to pay the funeral home. You know what I mean? Anyway, folks, just remember, I'm going to be doing a whole series on October Spooky Month music. So, if any of y'all want to see my Halloween song I wrote last year, you see this synthesizer behind me. This is a Casio XWP1. They don't make it no more, but it's a great synthesizer. I wrote some entire songs for television and radio commercial with it. It's got all these here special effects in it, about like this pedal. Let me show you. I'm going to show y'all something if I can find it. I think I can. This is crazy. Anyway, don't got no idea what you'd use something like that for, but it's got it. And then it's got some more growling music, and they got some lightning and electrical sounds. Boom. But anyway, I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying playing lap steel guitar. I hope y'all are too. And I got feeling good enough. I think I'm going to go back to the shop, start back on these two left-handed guitars I'm working on. I got all the parts in for them now. All I got to do is cut the pickup cabinets and get them back. Oh, and I run over a rattlesnake this week with the lawnmower. I moved the board over and was cutting grass out in the yard, and something stuck his head up out of the grass. And I looked at it and I'm like, wow, that's a rattlesnake. You seen his old tail come up? Well, I just jumped on the lawnmower and run over him. Well, I went over him. My blades on my lawnmower, I got him set up. I don't cut my grass down on the bottom no more. It's set up. So apparently he laid down because I didn't hear nothing. So I went to backing up and forward. I guess he got mad and struck the blade because in a minute, boom! And he just flew out the lawnmower in pieces. So anyway, I got him. So y'all be safe out there. They tell me that right now the copperheads are having babies. I've seen one of them. We got all these doggone cats, so they usually kill. They killed one out here in the yard the other day. We don't have many snakes around because we got cats, but just talked to my neighbor a while ago. He said they killed two diamondbacks across the street from me. So they around, they travel. When cool weather comes, they run around and try to find a place to hibernate for the winter. Y'all stay safe out there. I sure will. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for stopping by my channel today, and hope you have a great week out there, a great weekend. I hope to see you for the Sunday report if I don't see you sooner. Country Cuz, wishing everybody a blessed week.